Hello and welcome to our yoga practice for today. We are doing a yoga practice that is going to be a little more on the intense side. I'm giving it about a 4 out of 5 on the intensity level because we're going to be doing a series of 3 poses that will build on each other and will give us a really good workout. So if you're looking for something that's more of a workout and you want to work hard and maybe work off some frustration or whatever it is from the day, or just feel really good after, this is a perfect little practice for you. So you'll need a towel and a chair, and then if you need to grab those, grab them and come on back and we will get started. As always, we will start with just a few moments of stillness at the beginning, and we will do that at the end as well. I like to give ourselves a little bit of transition time to come into our practice and then to transition out of our practice. So you can sit back in your chairs. I invite you to close your eyes, find a comfortable position, and begin to allow the body and the mind to settle. Allow the thoughts of the day so far or anything you have going on later to just float away. We don't need those right now. Releasing any stress or tension in the face and in the jaw. Maybe finding some gentle movement. Some people like to find some gentle movement at the beginning of a practice, through the neck or the shoulders, anywhere you feel tight. Maybe giving your jaw a little massage. That can feel nice if you make a little V with your fingers. Take one finger behind the ear, one finger in front of the ear. We hold a lot of tension and anxiety and stress in our jaw and in our chest. Sometimes that can be our first indicator that something's going on. So if you're feeling a tight jaw, just take a few moments, open it up, give yourself a little massage, take some deep breaths. Good. Let's blink our eyes open, and we're going to begin to stack our vertebrae up one at a time so that we're bringing our head over our heart and our heart over our hips. We're going to take the legs a little bit wider. We're going to do just a bit of a warm-up here. I like to make these big circles in the upper body, keeping the spine nice and long. As we do this, you may start to feel your hips opening or stretching a little bit. This is a really nice hip opener. Good. You might also start to feel some stretching through your inner thighs. Feel free to, if there's a spot that you feel like needs a little extra stretching, feel free to hit the pause button and hold there for just a moment. The more open our legs are, the more it's going to open up our hips. So we're not going to force anything. We never want to hurt anything. But if you're going for more of a hip opener, go ahead and reverse it. If you're really trying to open up those hips and loosen them up a little bit, you might want to think about taking the knees further back or opening the feet up a little bit wider. Good. Beautiful. All right, let's walk the feet in just a little bit. We're going to turn side to side so we can get the spine twisting and moving with us a little bit today. So we're turning. As we turn, our shoulders are turning with us. It's like you're reaching. It's like the person next to you is handing you something and you're going to turn and reach and grab it. And reach and grab, reach and grab, reach and grab. A couple more. Reach and grab, and reach and grab. Good. Let's walk our feet in just a little bit further. Let's do a little bit of movement in the neck here. Let's make circles with our nose. This is where it sounds like Rice Krispies, at least on my end. Snap, crackle, pop. And let's reverse it. Beautiful. All right, let's do a little bit of moving through the spine. Let's take the arms forward. We're going to pull the heart back as we do so. Chin comes down. And then we bring our arms up to the ceiling. Open your heart to the ceiling. Look up, which allows the spine to arch just slightly. Arms come down and then forward, curving through the spine. Inhale, arms up. Open the arms and then exhale and forward. And as always, be mindful if you have any back issues. Be mindful of any of these spinal movements. We don't want to make anything more uncomfortable or cause any damage. We're really here to practice self-care. All right, let's do 2 more. And then last one. And good. Go ahead and grab a wrist, pull it forward and then across the body. Oh, get that back, a nice big stretch. Back to center, take the other wrist forward and across the body. Beautiful. All right, shake the arms out. We're going to go ahead and stand up. We're going to jump right into it here. We're going to stand up and we are first of all going to come into our downward dog pose. So let's go. We're facing the back of your chair or some kind of a desk or something you can hold onto that won't move out from under you. Let's go ahead and inhale our arms up. And then we're going to exhale, stepping back into our downward dog. Good. Now from here, let's walk the dog. So we're going to lift one heel and then the other. Continue to find gentle movement. I love this series because it starts out it's very gradual. It builds very gradually. So it starts out really gentle at the beginning. We're just starting to find some movement, maybe shifting into the hips a little bit. If that feels good, it feels like your hips and your glutes need a little stretch. And then we'll gradually build intensity so that we're really working our muscles, working our bodies, building strength, building flexibility. All right, let's bend both of our knees. And we're going to exhale, lift our hips to the ceiling and push our heels into the ground. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lengthen. We're lifting our hips as we push our heels into the ground. This really allows us to find lots of length through the back of our legs and really get a nice stretch through the back of the legs. All right, here we go. Let's do this a couple more times. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten and lengthen. And last time. And hold here with our knees straight. So we're going to settle into this pose for just a few moments. We're lifting our hips to the ceiling, and then as we exhale, we allow that heart to just release and melt deeper down into the pose. Maybe looking back at the legs, taking our hands and pressing straight down toward the ground. Good, now let's bend our knees and we're going to walk our feet forward. We're going to inhale, arms sweep up overhead, nice big sweep. And exhale, hands to heart. Good, now we're going to transition into a flow. And a flow just means we move from one pose or one movement to the next with our breath. So we're stepping back into a downward dog. The first time through, we're going to pause in each position here. So we're going to pause in this downward dog. Now we're going to step our right foot forward into a lunge. So we bring our right foot forward, our back foot, the heel is up, both knees are bent. We're in this nice crescent lunge, and then we can add some hands if you'd like to. We don't have to. You can add the hands at the heart, or you can add them up overhead. Wherever you have them. Okay, you can also keep one hand on the chair, one hand up, wherever you have them. We've got a nice, strong upper body, but we're also relaxing through the face, relaxing through the jaw. Good, let's step that back foot in. We're going to inhale, arms up, and exhale, hands to heart. Good, let's take it through again on the other side this time. Inhale up, exhale, step it back into a downward dog. Lifting those hips up and back every time we come here. This time let's step our left foot forward, back heel comes up. Good, and then we'll add some arms, possibly, maybe one, maybe two, maybe none. Good, then we're going to step our feet together. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. This time we're going to move. Every time we breathe, we're going to move. So here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, back into a downward dog. Hips up and back. Inhale, right foot steps forward into a lunge. Exhale, we add the arms. Inhale, step the back foot forward, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. It's good. Here we go on the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, left foot steps forward into a lunge. Exhale, add the arms. Inhale, step the back foot in, arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. We're going to do that one more time on both sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, back. Good. Hips are up and back. Inhale, right foot steps forward into the lunge. Exhale, we add the arms. Inhale, back foot in. Arms come up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. Last time through. Inhale up. Exhale, step back into our downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, add the arms. Good. And then we're going to inhale, feet together, arms overhead, and exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Now we're going to begin that again, but this time we're going to hit the pause button when we get into our lunge. So let's step back into our downward dog. This is just a transition this time. And then we'll step our right foot forward and we're coming into our lunge. We're going to hold it here this time. All right, so in this lunge, what I want us to think about, both feet are forward, and sorry, my mat gets a little rumpled up there, so sorry about that. All right, so here we're going to think about both feet are forward. Think about your belly button or your navel. Think about a laser beam shooting out from it. I know it's crazy, but hang with me. Now take that laser beam and point it directly in front of you. So that's going to tuck our hips under just slightly. Okay, now from here you can have your hands at your heart, or maybe you'll bring them overhead. We're going to hold here for about 4 or 5 breaths. And as I said earlier, feel free to take a rest anytime you need to. From here, we have 3 poses we're doing. We're going to be building in intensity, so take a break when you need to. Good. Let's push into the ground to straighten our knees. If your arms are up, you're welcome to drop them down nice and slowly with control. I shouldn't use the word drop, maybe lower them. That's a better way to say it. And then we lower everything down in our legs, push into the ground to straighten. Exhale down with gravity. Last time. Good. Now let's drop our hands to the chair, release our hands to the chair. We're going to lower our back heel, stretching out, lengthening, straightening through that back knee. Okay, now we still have, so this is a lunge as well, it's just a different type of lunge. We still have that front knee bent. From here we have options. You can keep the upper body up. For more intensity, you can bring the upper body forward, hinge it forward, making a straight line from your heel up through the top of your head. And then if you'd like to take your hands to your heart, that will also build intensity here. Breathing, trying to breathe through our nose. I know it's hard as the heart rate increases. It's hard to keep the breath moving through the nose, but that helps us regulate our breath, slow everything down. Good, we've got this. Okay, now release your hands to the chair. We're going to push off with the back foot. We've got about 3 pushes here. Ready? We're going to come up onto our front leg. 1, 2, 3. We're up on our front leg. All right, make any adjustments you need to. So now all of my weight is over this front foot. My back foot is extended out behind me. We're going to, you can leave your toes on the ground if you feel more comfortable with that. But if you feel like you can hinge, we're going to hinge forward into a warrior 3. Okay, see, I promised we would build intensity in this. I promised it was going to get harder. All right, now from here, the arms, we have the option to leave them on the chair. Maybe take 1 or 2 back behind us, or out to the sides like an airplane, or overhead. We're going to keep breathing. Release the hands, release the foot. Shake that right leg out. All right, we made it through on one side. Congratulations. We've earned a little rest. Let's take our hands, crossing our arms, take them to the chair, and we're going to rest our head on our arms so we can rest our bodies in our child's pose. Let's release our right arm down, allow it to make these small circles from the shoulder. And reverse. All right, let's go ahead and come on up nice and slowly. The good news is we're halfway done with it. We just get the other side. The even better news is we're getting stronger, right? That's the positive side of this. We're getting stronger, we're getting more flexible. Okay, let's begin with the transition. Arms overhead on an inhale, exhale, downward dog. Hips are up and back, starting to stretch those legs out as we go through our practice. Now this time, let's step our left foot forward. Both feet are forward, all 10 toes are forward, back heel is up, and back knee, both knees are bent, okay? Now from here we can add the arms at the heart, or maybe you want to add them overhead, and then we'll hold here. Push into the ground to straighten the knees. If your arms are up, you might want to lower them. Good, and then we'll lower. Exhale as we lower with gravity. Inhale up. Exhale down. And one more. Good. Here we go. We're going to take our hands to the chair, release the back heel down toward the ground, straighten that back knee, and then adjust your upper body as you'd like to. You get to choose. You get to choose the intensity level here. So leaning forward, hinging forward is going to make it more intense. And then finally lifting our hands is going to make it the most intense here, because now that front glute is doing a lot of work here. Probably notice. Keep breathing. Good. All right, hands to the chair. We're going to push off of the back foot. We've got 3 pushes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 to come onto our front leg. Now we're on the front leg. Back leg is extended behind us. You have the option, you can leave the toes on the ground or you can hinge forward. Good. As we do so, we can leave our hands on the chair, we can take them back, we can fly like an airplane, or maybe take them, the biceps to the ears. Release. Well done, everybody. Shake that left leg out. Shake that front leg out. We have earned another rest. Let's come into another child's pose. Arms cross over. We rest the head on the arms and we step our feet back and wide. Notice how your body's feeling right now. Just kind of tap into the inner self. Notice if you're probably feeling warmer, but maybe you're feeling a little bit looser. Maybe you're feeling some discomfort. Maybe it's a good cue to kind of pay attention and notice, maybe think about what might have
triggered that, so we can scale back on it next time. Good, but maybe you're feeling a little more energy, feeling a little more awake. Let's go ahead and drop the left arm down, circling from the shoulder. And reverse. Good, and then come on up slowly. We're going to have a seat in our chair. So adjust your chair, adjust your setting however you need to, and then grab your towel, have that handy as well, because I'm going to give us an option with this in just a moment. Okay, we're going to do a stretch here. We worked in the hip and the glute area quite a bit just now. So we're going to take a stretch there. We're going to cross either at the ankles or at the knee. If you can get it up to the knee, I encourage that because it's a little deeper stretch here. But I know sometimes knee replacements, hip replacements, all of that don't allow. So make the best decision for your body. Here we go. We're going to flex this top foot. We're sitting nice and tall. To begin with, we're just going to bring our hands to our hearts. Okay. Now we're going to hinge this forward, but I'm going to give us the option today. You can keep your hands at your heart or keep them down at your sides, or you can bring them overhead. And if you'd like to add the towel, that just kind of gives our arms a little something to kind of focus on, I guess, if you will. It helps build a little bit of resistance here. So, or you could just bring your arms up overhead without the towel. Totally your choice. But here we go. We're lifting up nice and tall, lifting the heart toward the ceiling and then hinging forward. By bringing our arms overhead, this is adding a little bit of weight to the upper body. So it's changing the weight distribution, I guess you could say. So you might notice that it allows you or helps you, facilitates the deeper stretch here. It's also encouraging the core and especially the back to work a little bit more. So we're getting a stretch, but we're also building some strength in our core and our upper arms. When our shoulders, our upper body, I should say. Good. And then release out of this. All right, here we go. Other side. Crossing over at the ankle or the knee, keeping this foot flexed, keeping the spine nice and long. First round, just hands to the heart. I love a nice gentle yoga practice. It's very restorative. It's just good for the soul. But I also like a good yoga workout as well sometimes. So sometimes it just feels good to come in and work hard, and it's okay to try hard things. Always listen to your body and know when it's time to pull back. But it's okay to try hard things, and it feels really good when we've done that and we've worked hard, we've worked our muscles. All right, here we go. Sit up nice and tall, maybe getting some tension in that towel. And hinge forward. And you may have tried this video and thought, okay, this one is not for me. Perfectly fine. Go back to something else. That's why I've rated them with the intensity level, so you can kind of see based on how you're feeling for the day, what's a good fit for you. So you can pick and choose. Good. Keep the breath moving here. Release. Beautiful. All right. Let's take the arms in front of us, hands together, shoulders are down, hands reach forward, and then we'll look down, chin to chest. Release the arms. We're going to bring the arms across the body. We're going to curl up into a tight ball. Squeeze every muscle in your body. Squeeze your eyes closed. Tighten your jaw. clench your hands, clench your toes, squeeze your muscles. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, melt everything, release everything back into your chair, relaxing and releasing every muscle in your body. We have come to the final part of our practice. Just as important as the rest of our practice, giving our body a few moments to find stillness and peace before we transition back into our day. So I will be quiet for a few moments and then I will call us back together to close. On your next inhale, begin to add some gentle movement in the body. Maybe just start to move through the toes or the fingers. Gradually adding more movement throughout the body. We're going to slowly blink our eyes open. And we're going to take a nice big stretch. Really reach for the ceiling. Give it a big stretch here. And one more time. Inhale it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Thank you for joining me today. Excuse me, on this practice. It was a little bit more intense than the ones we normally do, but so good for our bodies and our souls and our minds and everything else. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.